Hello, hello, and welcome, my friends, to the next video in the Create Better Content series where I show you how to tap into your creativity so that you never run out of content ideas again. My name is Penny, and I'm your guide, and I'm also the developer of this unique creative content development process. I want to teach you how to create more engaging content, more remarkable content that you're going to post on your social media platforms, that you're going to share in your email messages, and also great information that's going to help you develop your sales pages, your landing pages, and all of that stuff that you're going to do to try to reach more qualified customers online. So if you want to learn more about creativity and how this can help you develop your content marketing plans, I would love to see you hit that button below and subscribe to this channel. And you'll look below in the description box. You're going to see a couple of links. The first link that you'll see is from my book called I Just Did a Thing. And in my book, I go into more detail about the science. I explain to you why tapping into your creativity is such a great big thing when it comes to your content creation. And also how it's going to help you with if you're trying to make big changes in your business or your personal life. The second link that you're going to see down there is to subscribe to the Create Your Business program. This is my content development marketing program that I have created that can help you develop amazing content and teaches you how to tap into that right brain and experience creative activities and how you can actually start developing your content in a better, easier, and more authentic way for you. So today's video, I want to talk about a question that I get asked all the time from my clients about how they are struggling with being consistent with their content creation. I mean, it all sounds like this easy thing. You know, you post some text and an image on your favorite social platform and you're like, I got this. I totally got this. But then the next week, life happens, and then you totally don't got this. So let's talk about this and what all of this means for your content strategy and how you can work through this with us together, with me together, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because I guess it really comes down to this. Why do so many of us business owners struggle with the idea of staying consistent and posting our content online? I mean, the idea of content creation as itself, it's pretty simple. I mean, you just post something every day, right? That's the idea of being consistent. It's being frequent. It's getting your message out there consistently. Not once every 2 weeks, not once a month, every single day, posting something out there. But why does this seem so hard to actually do this? You know, and I get it. Life is what life does. But our goal as business owners is to share our marketing messages. Our goal as business owners is to reach more qualified customers. So what is it that's going on with us? And why are we struggling with this consistency thing? So I've got a few ideas here and a few answers, I believe, maybe is a better word for it, to help you through this. And so let's talk through this and let's see if these are anything that's going on with you. And maybe as we talk through this, you can see how to change habits, how to change mindsets, how to just move forward with this so that you can find yourself in a place where you can say, I totally got this. So I think one of the most common reasons why business owners are struggling is lack of planning. Content creation really does require planning and having a strategy in place if you want your efforts to pay off. I've always said to my clients that if you can find yourself in this place where you say, oh my goodness, I only have like a couple of hours of my time this week to even focus on this, where do I start? Take those 2 hours and focus on your plan. Because if you don't have a plan in place, it's easy to get overwhelmed. It's easy to feel distracted, especially by all these other things that we have to do in our business. And all of these other things will then take priority over creating new content. And it's not just about having this plan in place that you type up something or you write it out on a printable that you've downloaded from Pinterest or something like that. It's about having the system and the processes in place to actually implement the plan. Do you have an image editing program that you're using? You could always use the free version on Canva if you don't have a whole lot of money. Do you have a system in place to help you upload your content into YouTube? Do you have an editing program? All of these things need to be in place. So it's not just about sitting down and typing out something on a Google Doc and go, "Ooh, plan in place." You also need to know how you're going to implement this. Because when you don't have a plan in place, you have no way to track what's working and what's not. And you're just like randomly posting. And all of this confusion and this overwhelm just ends up causing like unnecessary stress. That is a great way of saying it. So you want to make sure that you're setting clear goals, that you have a content calendar in place, and all of these things like a process or the system or just the programs themselves are so very important that when you have all these together, this is what's going to help you stay on track with being consistent. I think another reason why a lot of business owners struggle with this being consistent is they have unrealistic expectations. I mean, I think the reason that a lot of us are so invested in being consistent is because when we log into our favorite social platforms or wherever we are using, TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or wherever it is that we are showing up online, we see all of these other amazing business owners, and they've got their lives that they're sharing on social media, and they're sharing their stuff, and we see all these people reacting and engaging. And of course, we believe, because we see all this going on, that they're probably just making tons and tons of sales. But then we also forget, or maybe we don't even realize, how difficult it is to be in that space that we are sitting there looking at and thinking about that's happening online. So every time we're scrolling through our feeds, it's like there's this never-ending supply of content information coming at us. And so we're like, how hard can that be? I can do this too. Let me just tell you, I started making content for this channel in 2022. And I was totally hyped up. And I wanted to share my marketing content with my community because I knew that I had more to say verbally than I could in an Instagram post to really get my point across, to really help share my tips and my information. And I thought that I was being consistent by posting once a week, which is I have been doing for the last year. But I know now it's still not enough to really grow my reach online. My reach is starting to grow. It's starting to pick up its pace. But my consistency with once a week isn't enough. So I want you to think about your expectations when it comes to developing content. Was it realistic when you just thought that you'd be, like an influencer on Instagram because you put a few random posts up there because you had some amazing things to say? That's not how it works, folks. That is not how it works. Because just a few random posts is not going to keep you consistent. Did you even keep up with a posting schedule? Did you create a plan of the process to get this done? Or did you just give up? Because after a while, even I look back at myself, and I do this for a freaking living, folks. I had unrealistic content creation expectations. And I knew what I needed to do to keep myself consistent. And even it comes back to me sometimes. So this is not just something that I'm pointing my finger at you. It's about thinking about what the expectations are and being able to have that plan in place to get it done. And I think another reason, and this is a big, huge, honking big reason that business owners struggle with consistency is their fear of failure or just rejection. I mean, just like any new thing that we do as a business owner, fear of failure and rejection are a real set of challenges that we experience, especially when we're trying to stay consistent and share our marketing content online. When we don't know how people are going to react to our marketing messages, this can cause us to experience like hesitation. Like, should I do it? Should I hit that button? Should I hit the post button? Oh my goodness, maybe I should take it back down. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know how people are going to do. All of these, the chatter that goes on in our head. And it makes it easy to start making excuses. And then we're like, no, I think I'm just going to delete that. Or, oh, I'm just not even going to hit that post button. I'm just not going to do this. And so if we use all of this and we keep building ourselves into this mindset, that will stop us from being consistent, because we are afraid of what's going to happen if we put our information out there. We're afraid of how people are going to respond. And so we said, you know what, if I just don't know what people are going to do and how they're going to react to me, it's just easier for me not to do it anyway. And so it gives us an excuse, and it gives us, like, we think is a reason. This is me doing air quotes. A reason why I'm not being consistent is because I'm afraid. That's not a good excuse. I challenge you to give it a try and to push yourself through that fear. And I get it, because there's going to be a moment where the fear is going to start creeping in again, and it's going to cause you to start making excuses and stop making content. But catch yourself in those moments when you hear the excuses, and you know that they're excuses because it's stopping you from doing the thing that you really want to do. And the thing that you really want to do is to be consistent with your content creation so that you can reach more customers online. It's super simple. This is not a big tangled web that I'm trying to pull together and explain to you. It's really that simple. And so maybe if you just take it from that simple statement of just, it's me trying to share my content online so I can reach more qualified customers, that can help eliminate some of that fear and that mindset that's going through your head right now. Take all of the what ifs and this and that and the other thing out of it, and think about that feeling that you get when you get motivated from attending a workshop and then you'll tell yourself you'll try again. Think about how you feel when you're going through that. But don't let those fears, don't let those excuses stop you, and put yourself right back where you are right now today and not staying consistent. And I also believe, and this is a big one, and I know I've experienced this too, I also believe one of the biggest reasons that we stop being consistent is burnout. It is so easy as a small business owner, and I mean especially the small business owners like myself, that it's just me, my dog, and my desk, and an accountability partner, and that's about it. That is my whole company right here. So it's really common for us, especially as solopreneurs. We spend so much time focusing our efforts doing one thing, and we don't give ourselves the opportunity to take breaks, to give ourselves a mental break, to give ourselves a physical break, or to even give, as I'm always talking about, spending that time in that right brain. Give yourself a dose of that creative energy by doing something like changing where you work, going to a different coffee shop. I did a whole video about that, explaining, what happens to our creativity when we go into a different place, even if it's moving from your office to the living room, your coffee table in the living room and working there. Just a simple little thing like that can help you with a dose of that creativity in your right brain. So when we think about burnout, there's a really good chance that is stopping you also from being consistent, because you're tired and you're just worn out and you haven't given yourself the opportunity to rest and relax. Because I have to do this every single day, and then you create the stress with yourself. Gotta post every single day. Gotta come up with something great, gotta come up with something amazing, and everything's gotta be great. And if I only got 2 likes on it, it's horrible. The rest of my day is ruined. It just gets so much. And so it all gets tied in. It's the whole thing with this mindset of the fear and rejection. And when we tie that into the burnout, it's no wonder so many of us just throw our hands up in the air. You're like, you know what, that's it. I'm totally not doing this anymore. I'm done. And it's easy. It's easy to walk away from that, and it's easy to use that as an excuse. So if you find yourself in that space, if you find yourself feeling burnt out, and you find yourself on that verge of, I got to stop because I can't be consistent with this, try mixing up your routine. Try adding a variety of marketing tasks into your day instead of just, batching like a whole bunch of stuff. It'll hurt your brain. I've used this as an example before, but I'm going to share it with you guys again. I have found that when I do really large projects, like when I do a free workshop that I do, I have to research the content. I have to, write up my points about what I'm trying to do, pull my research together, create the slides, all of that kind of stuff together. And that takes, for me, it's a bit of a process. I don't just show up to a workshop and just start talking like I do here in the videos. There's more to it involved. And so I find that if I spend the entire day working on that workshop, it hurts my brain. It really does. And so what I have found that if I take bits and pieces of it, like one day I'll just do the research. I don't do anything else but the research. The next day I will take notes on my research. And then the next day I will take my notes and figure out a way to just do section 1 of the workshop slides. Another day, section 2. And so when I can break it up like that, it really helps me to avoid burnout, and it really helps me to keep moving forward with this. So when I'm talking about adding a variety of marketing steps into your day and switching up the different projects, it's something like that. Instead of just sitting there and burning through the whole thing, and by the end of the day just feeling so brain dead that I just can't even function on anything else, I just do little bits and pieces just to keep me moving and being consistent with the work that I'm doing. You can also do things like, spending some more time in that creative energy, like something as simple as, just go outside. Go for a walk during your lunchtime instead of sitting there at your desk and eating your lunch at your desk. Just giving yourself that opportunity to have just like a little bit of break throughout the day. This definitely, it feels like you're not being productive, but let me tell you, when you give your body and your mind the chance to slow down and take a break, it does increase your productivity, and it also heightens your motivation throughout the day. So think about it from that perspective. So you want to make sure what you're struggling with is, do you have a plan in place? Are you doing things that can help you, with your expectations about what you're trying to do and how you're trying to achieve them? And making sure that you've got your mindset in place. Know full well going into this that you are most likely going to be dealing with some sort of fear or rejection. How are you going to manage that? And then at the last bit of it, thinking about your burnout. How can you avoid burnout? What are things that you can do, even if it's, like I said, just taking a break at lunchtime instead of trying to eat at your desk and not moving, and to be able to say, I just worked 12 hours today, something like that. Just these small adjustments can help you maintain your productivity as well as your motivation to help you stay consistent with your marketing plans. You want to think about it from that perspective too, because being consistent with your marketing is not easy. I get it. I can't even tell you how long I've been doing this. 20-something years I've been doing this. And I know that very, very well. And if you really want to get down to it, as I'm recording this content for you, I know the frustrations that I have felt. I know the excuses that I have come up with in my own head. So I can only know what you're feeling, because here I am. I'm a marketing person. I do this for a living, and I still struggle with it. So I can only imagine what you're feeling as you're trying to stay consistent with your marketing plans. But hopefully, by listening to this video today and thinking about these steps that I shared with you and how you can help yourself, that you are going to know that this point and this time as you're moving forward, that it is perfectly okay for you to feel like this. It's perfectly okay for you to compare your business to other and think that they're doing this amazing stuff while you're still struggling. It's perfectly okay to be in this place, but to know what to do to help you back out of it. Because by not taking action to help you move past your fears and the hesitation, my friend, you're going to find yourself in the same space year after year after year. So I hope you take these ideas that I've shared with you, these recommendations, to create a better content development process so that you can finally say, I totally got this. I totally got this. So thank you so much for joining me today with this creative process. If you'd like to learn more about creativity and content marketing plans, I would love to see you subscribe to this channel, because it's more than just understanding how to create better content. It's about understanding that success with your business isn't going to happen to you. It's going to happen because of you. And it's going to happen because of the choices that you make. So take what you can from this video and use it to help you be more successful with your content marketing strategy. You are magnificent, my friend, and let me be the first to say, I'm proud of you. Until next time.